All right, so let's flip it. Let's flip it. Now,
Would you
hey,
would you
I let a
prefer?
female stay at my mama's house. How you feel about
I'm,
that?
I
would
wouldn't
you
care
prefer
because
me to tell you ahead of time, like ask you, like, hey, she's still cool with my mom's now. She gonna be staying over there. I'm just letting you know because shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
so.
Y'all gonna feel some type of way. Come on, Joy. Come on, man. Help me
Disclosure,
out, my boy. Yeah.
disclosure. That happens to me. Like that. Not that that happens, but that's a dynamic in my life right now. That's probably why I feel like one way or another, like people really just don't care. I'm super close with Aiden's grandma, and that's my ex's mom. When I come in town, if I don't want to get a hotel room, she will ask me like, if you want to stay here with Aiden, that's fine, because Aiden is already staying over there.
Y'all got
Most of the
kids
time, I
together.
don't. I know, but even if we didn't, like he has exes or he has an ex that they don't have a kid together. That when she come to town, if she needs a place to stay, she opens her home. That's just the person she is. So Trey does not live there no more though. So he 9 times out of 10 don't know. I never do it because I don't want to run into him while I'm over there. He might stop by the house, something like that. Y'all know he married. We don't need that backstory. But most of the time I don't. Most of the time I don't do that. But let me tell y'all, if it was me, I'm probably gonna pop into your mama's house because I know your ex over there. Hey girl, how you doing? Why you need anything? No, okay. And then
You
leave
gonna
because
take
like you gonna see this.
period.
Damn.
You gonna see
I don't
this.
know. I just feel like I really don't know what I do.
I
I
hate why
don't
do people stay
people
away
not the type of
though?
people to do that. Like my people, like shit, they'll be cool with you, but like out of respect, if I'm done with you on that level, it's like, yeah, it's boundaries. That's what it is for me. It's like boundaries. I guess everybody different when it comes to like relationships and whatnot, and how you keep stuff going once you done with somebody. Like I'm sure it's been time where like I stayed at my baby daddy house and we wasn't together. And if I wanted to, I'm sure I can, and he don't live there no more either now. So it's like I'm sure I could. I think it is different with the kids. So maybe we looking at it different, Ken.
Yeah,
Because
if y'all ain't got no kids together, that's like,
I'm just
hey,
like, why you can't
I'm
stay at
mad.
your mama's house?
Yeah,
Your auntie
you in a new relationship. You come to town, you staying at my parents' house, and
Hey,
Because you people establish relationships though, and this is what I
hey,
be saying. Like
I
people
get that.
don't.
Yeah, how long you staying? Ain't no way.
But
man,
that's
it's
the
like that
thing.
disrespectful.
If
That
you
disrespectful.
I don't feel like it is depending on the dynamic because some people genuinely do not care. Like they just mind their business. My mama ain't never really got close to none of my exes for that to ever happen to me. But I guarantee you, like if that was Aiden's dad, because that's the only ex she actually got along with, she would probably be like, okay, that's fine. But the way that his mom is set up, me and her actually had a genuine relationship before Aiden was even born. So if I was ever in need or like needed a place to stay, she's not gonna tell me no. But that's just the
right.
person she is. She houses homeless people. So I feel like it just depends on the dynamic of the parent and the relationship between you and that parent. Exile the ex out. Like, yeah, those your parents, but like I'm not coming to disrupt your peace. You ain't even got to be at your parents' house for the night that I'm even there. You ain't even got to know I'm there. But why she know he there? Because did he hear her up?
Joy, come
Do we
on,
know
man.
that
Yeah.
part?
Oh, dog, listen.
Joy, give us your part on this.
I'm glad that there's two girls and two dudes on here tonight because boy, ain't no way. Me personally, ain't no way, boy.
But you can't dictate what happened at somebody's mama house though.
Wait,
You
hold on,
can't
hold on,
dictate what
hold
happened
on.
at your mama house.
I miss maybe part of the story doing something on the
No,
laptop.
no,
So
she
now,
allowed him to stay at her mother's house. The parents are out of town.
Oh,
is she there too though?
No, she didn't know that, but she let them in. Come on.
so she went to unlock the door from like you can stay at my people crib. Oh yeah, that sounds sneaky as fuck. Like
It do
But
sound sneaky now.
we missed the information though because then he already hit up her parents like, hey, I'm in town. Is it okay if I stay at your home?
But it
And they
doesn't
said
matter
we're
though.
out
If
of
you came to
town.
town, if I'm traveling going out of town, it's just like when I go to Gary. Joy got a house there, but I make a plan to make sure I got a place to sleep. Come
But
on,
I'm
man.
saying, was this already planned or was this spare of the moment? And
Yeah,
did
that's
they
the
tell
thing.
him that they were already going to be out of town and they asked her to let him in the house? Or was this like a random situation and he was like, hey, I need a place to crash. Can I crash at y'all? Can I crash at your house? And she was like, nah, but my parents not home. You could go over there. Like, we
Hey,
missing information.
hey, but you got
I
to
mean,
think about it.
ultimately,
If
you
I'm
wouldn't want to.
traveling,
If it
oh,
was vice versa, you wouldn't be. If you didn't have nowhere to stay, and you reached out to your ex in laws, whatever like that, you would think that they would have a kind enough heart for whatever reason to be like, okay, or okay, you can stay there. Or, okay, we're not there. we'll have such and such let you in unless y'all got some type of conflict where a person can't
No,
let you in.
first of all, I wouldn't even disrespect that dude like that. I'm going to get me a hotel. Unless you in Gary, every city got a hotel.
But hold
That's
up.
the thing. Why
Y'all
do people
saying she gotta let him in, but why can't they just
go
leave
with her? But what I'm saying is that men and women all together need to be way more confident in themselves and in their relationship. That shit that don't have nothing to do with you or I. If that is the past, that's your past. If you like, hey, I gotta go let so and so in my parents' house. All right, I'm gonna ride with you if I had an insecurity, but I ain't gonna sit back like, why the fuck is that happening? Why he saying it's your people crib? Because that ain't got shit to do with you. You can't dictate what her mama and them do.
Gotta
But if
ride
you
with
want to ride with me, yeah, if
sister
you want to
with
ride with me, shit, you could go open the door for the nigga. I don't care because it ain't got shit to do with me. I'm just doing what my parents asked me to do. Yes,
That's
this is a
crazy.
compromising situation, but make your spouse feel comfortable. Ask them to come with you, or be like, "Hey, I need to go unlock this door." Hell, I'm sending Tyree to go unlock the door.
That's what I was finna say. How about you just be like, I'm finna send such and such over there to unlock the door. You straight.
But
I'm
I
gonna
think
send my
that
man to go unlock the door.
hold on.
And that'll be the respectful route.
I think that we need to also figure out is why is her parents so comfortable leaving this man in their house alone?
Because
They probably built a
we
relationship.
missing information.
They built a relationship, bro. Hey, she said her
Hey, you could get robbed in a relationship now.
but now she said her parents were
seen it
very close
happen.
to him, and they were disappointed that they broke up. But she moved on. It's like years
But
relationship.
if they were, yeah, but what if they was together for years, like
It doesn't
years and
matter.
years and years? It do. Y'all cannot stop people from having genuine relationship. You can't. Just because they two did not work out, don't mean that you didn't have a genuine bond with that person. Is what I'm saying. And if you only here's my thing: if you only bonded with somebody because of a connection with somebody else, that is not genuine. So I personally, because sometimes if you don't like people, you do end up bonding with them because of said person, and then once it's over with, you separate and cut ties. But if you establish a genuine relationship with somebody, I don't feel like you should have to cut ties because you no longer are with that person. Like we talking about like sisters, cousins, daddies, mamas. Like if I'm cool with your sister and we like this and been like this for 7 or 8 years, I'm not finna just stop talking to your sister because me and you didn't work out. If she don't treat me no different, I don't treat her no different. Why we gotta start being friends?
I mean, we had an episode a minute ago that said, "Can your people still talk to your ex, man?"
And I
So
told her, yeah, because I still talk to. Can I say that? I
You know we
still
live,
talk
right?
to my ex's people. Yeah, I mean, but I still talk to my ex's people.
remember we live now.
Remember we live,
I
can't
remember I still talk to my ex's people every day,
I
every day.
mean,
But no, it's just a
I have to
thing.
talk to my ex people because we obviously share a child. But other than my baby daddy, I don't got no exes that I consider exes. Like fuck them niggas. I don't
I
know.
don't either.
There
They
you
don't
go.
really.
That part. Fuck that motherfucker. Come on.
But that's because the relationship sucks. Like we got kids with these people for a reason. Like we kind
But
of
I'm
like them
saying
at some point.
no kids, you got no kids, and now you staying at my people's house. Why the fuck you can't get a hotel?
Now let me say this:
You could stay for that
if
person if
Jordan, if
it's
Jordan, if Jordan was in town, Jordan has known my mama for years. My mama loved Jordan. We ain't never been together, but my mama loved Jordan. If Jordan was to stop through India and be like, Miss Nelson, I need to stay at your crib, am I gonna be like, we ain't even that close? Why is he staying at your house? I don't give a damn. That's her crib. They got shit to do with me. They got their own little whatever the fuck.
I
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't care if me and Jordan stopped being friends today. Him and my mom would still probably speak to each other if they saw each other, and I would not care what the fuck she did as far as Jordan was
I
concerned.
guess
It ain't
when
got
you
nothing to do
compare
with
it
me.
to friendship, it does make sense because like I got friendship with people that I probably didn't fell out with, and I see they people out and I still speak, or I see their mom and it's still like, hey, hug. So or I know if I catch a flat tire outside their house, I can go in and sit down for a minute. So it's the same thing in relationships when you think about it.
That's
But
how
I
I'm
would
looking
say
at it.
if a motherfucker feel that deeply or that strongly about it, and you don't want somebody in your girl's mom's space or whatever the case may be, why don't y'all help that person out get their ass a hotel then?
That what I said.
But I'm saying, me as the dude, I ain't
That's
got
why
to
you gotta fight. You motherfucking big dog, nigga. We gonna put you up. Don't even worry about it. But you ain't gonna be here.
What you
We
said,
putting them
D?
But that's what
We
I'm
putting them
saying
up.
though.
What the hell I gotta put this grown ass nigga up for? Come on
Because
now.
if you
We
got a
not
problem,
because you
you got
got
a
the problem
problem
with him
with it.
staying at a crib that don't even belong to you.
But at the end of the day,
If you
that's
got
my
a problem
in-laws
with it,
now. Come on now. Come on
you
now.
No,
supposed to be
you
big
got
dog. Then you supposed to be big dog. You got a
Hey,
problem with it. You
at the
fix
end
the
of the day,
problem.
first of all, I want to know why he feel comfortable to call you and ask you some bullshit like this.
It ain't calling you though. He talking to the yeah, they did call her in this situation.
They tell
He
you
got
you on mute.
He called the parents though, ain't it?
nah, he called the shorty.
He
Oh,
called short.
hold up.
There you go, my boy. There you go, my boy. Come
Hey,
on.
hear that?
Yeah, he did. He called the
Yeah.
shorty.
Time out. So you mean my old lady ex dude is banging her line to see if he can stay at her people house?
Yeah,
Her people, her.
Oh nah, go hit her people. That ain't her house. Why you even hitting her?
because they cool.
Just like we talked, that ain't even her crib. So you
y'all
don't
hear
even
me?
need her permission.
My
They
point
can't be
is that we
cool.
can. Yeah.
Cool
Y'all
for
hear
what?
me?
Yeah,
Now
we
we
can
can. Yeah.
now.
Cool
Yeah.
for what? I'm
Shit.
cool off that.
Come on. Hey, bro. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Hey. When she was telling me that, I was like, you dead ass wrong. You got a
Yeah,
whole
ain't no
husband.
way.
That's your husband, and you let your ex watch
Wait, did Big got a husband?
a husband.
They married.
Nah. So you
That's disrespect. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Wait, do they got a kid together?
They ain't got nothing together. Hey, that's just your ex. You somebody you dealt with before, bro.
Golly, nah. Now that I'm hearing this full throttle, nah, bro. Ain't no way that somebody hitting my ex shorty wondering if they could stay at their family crib. Yeah, but if anything, if you was that comfortable, like if one of my exes is that comfortable and my mom's hit my mom's.
Right.
If you that comfortable with it, you got her number, hit her. You feel me? That don't even need to involve me at all.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. That don't even need to involve me at all. And if my mom out of town, she need to make arrangements with you to get in the house. And if I gotta come over and let you over, let you in, that's mind-boggling to me because my mama don't even really want me in her house when she out of town. So you mean, bitch, she finna let you in her house when she out of town?
So you feeling the way?
I'm not even feeling the way. I'm just confused.
Yeah,
I'm very confused about this whole situation. Nah, that's crazy.
That's some wild shit.
So did the dude ever get permission from the girl parents or the girl just okay?
He had to, right?
I guess
he didn't even contact them.
But I guess she had to communicate with her.
So basically Wendy was like, he hit up shorty. Hey, what's up? You know, I'm in town. You know, some shit fell through. I ain't got nowhere to stay. And she said, oh, damn, you know what? You can crash over there at mom's and them cribs. I got the key. I'll come let you in. Don't worry about it. They ain't there. So it went like that.
Yeah, that's how it went down. She was telling me, she was like, why my husband should be upset. I'm like, shit. First of all, why this nigga still calling you? That's number one. Why he still calling you? And why do he feel comfortable to ask you some bullshit like that?
That is, yeah, nah, ain't no way, boy. Get you another lady and stay at her people's house.
Oh,
no. There you go.
My point exactly. I don't know what happened to Kiana, her screen black, but man, let's get into this this Wendy Williams thing, man. Y'all was talking about Wendy Williams. I don't really know what's going on. I guess it's a documentary out. I know we're gonna have to touch back on it again a little bit later, but what's going on with Wendy Williams?
Okay, so
can y'all hear me?
Okay,
we can hear you. You good?
That dinging was me.
You in, baby? We live, baby. Don't forget, we live.
All right, I didn't know y'all could hear me. I need to put the thing on the charger.
We're going over to social media.
Yeah, okay, so
she did a good job last week. She tried to steal social
media. She been holding it down. Y'all, I've been tired, like exhausted. Wendy Williams, her documentary came out. Kiva is like literally our social media watcher. She watch everything. She be watching the series, the movies, the documentaries. She watch it all, the ratchet TV, everything. So she be telling us what stuff is, so we don't have to watch it.
But
the ratchet TV is probably her favorite.
The podcast is
I like how you did that. But yeah, Wendy Williams is going through a lot. If nobody knows who Wendy Williams is, which I'm pretty sure everybody do, and if you don't, you're too young to be on this podcast anyway. But she is a media, I would call her like a media mogul. She's a pioneer in radio and talk show. But she recently has had like a decline in her health, so they did a whole documentary about it. She disappeared for a long time, and people kept wondering what was going on with her. And then videos and pictures started resurfacing, and she looked terrible. And then she kind of went ghost again, and we didn't hear nothing else. But basically, she a part of like this. She got this court ordered guardianship that basically dictates her money and like what happens with her and things of that nature. So the documentary kind of follows her everyday life to see like what she's been going through. She's been suffering with dementia and some sort of disease disorder that doesn't have a cure. Kiva can tell us more about it because she actually watched it.
Yes. So, hey y'all, Big Kiva Key in the building.
Kiva with the T.
With the T, I did watch the first few episodes of the Wendy Williams docu series, and I will say it is very heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking just to see somebody who was at one point self-made initially let a man be the beginning of their biggest downfall. I think it's really unfortunate. In the docu-series though, we do see that they're talking about how she has dementia. So this dementia is an alcohol-induced dementia. So basically, once you get to a certain age, a certain point in life, and she already had underlying medical conditions, she drank so heavily that it started to push on early onset dementia and aphasia.
Wait.
Okay, go ahead.
How much was she drinking? Because
She
I
was
drinking.
so.
Cut back a little bit.
So according to the show, she was drinking like a fifth or more of vodka a day by herself straight.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
No, that's terrible for her age.
For her age and for her to already have underlying health issues. She had thyroid disease. She had don't get me
She also she did cocaine for like 15 years.
She's been open she's been open.
It ain't funny. It's not.
It ain't.
It's not funny, but it's a testament to like everybody has a rise and fall, and her decline is that of like Whitney Houston level. Like it's up there. But we getting to see it documented.
I want us to get like her symptoms and what her diagnosis is, because that plays a major part in the way people are taking advantage of her. So she has the dementia, and then she has aphasia. So aphasia is some type of it's a mental disorder that occurs where your language is not really put together, your sentences is not put together, your thoughts are not well thought out. You kind of like discombobulated.
And so question. And I know we're gonna touch on this a little bit later, but y'all said a man had kind of took her there.
So
her manager,
right? Her manager, which is her husband. She had been with Kevin, I forget his last name, for over 20 years. He met Wendy back when she was already on the radio. She was already pretty much self-made and well on her way. She was heavy into cocaine at the time, and he's really known for helping her get off of cocaine. At the time,
okay,
which is he has played a pivotal part in her career, but everything happened when it was brought to the attention of the media. And we know Wendy is the media, but it was brought to the attention of the media that he had another woman. He had got her pregnant. He moved her two or three doors down from their house. He has bought her a car, a house.
All off of Wendy Williams' money at that.
All off of her money. He was all the town with her. So as Wendy, her sickness is happening and things like that. This is also happening. She didn't touch on it at first, and we all know her purple chair. She's known for telling the gossip and being like really messy and kind of mean in the way that she tells the gossip. But she didn't talk about it at first, and then she did. She had no choice. We know she had her little thing where she passed out and stuff. But now on the episode, she just looks really, really bad. She is incoherent. She has a guardian over her estate, her money, which is not her family. The guardian is not a family member. The family does not know the guardian. It's not like a family friend or anything. This has been a guardian that has been given to her by the courts.
Or like a court-appointed guardian.
A court-appointed guardian that is not her
it's
family.
Her manager, and then she had got a publicist.
Yeah, a young
assistant.
Sam, I believe is her name, is the publicist. And it's just really unfortunate. You see that they're still pushing her to work when she's obviously not in a condition to work. They're telling her, "Oh, you can do podcasts on," and you hear us that, "Oh, I can't wait to be on TV," but she's obviously not in her right mind. But they're like taking the active steps to put her on TV in a condition that I feel like, what is the point of doing? I don't think that this documentary was raising awareness or showed us her in a good light or her comeback. I think it's really just something to.
I think they did it for money. I think they did it for money to redeem her.
Never let me get on TV too drunk, y'all. Please.
Listen, I think that they did it because once y'all know that she had that seizure on the Wendy Williams show, and that was basically the end. Like she didn't really like she returned, but then it was like on and off, on and off, on and off, and then after that, it was just nothing.
Downhill from there, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like Wendy Williams was doing like a bunch of extra stuff. Like y'all know how people are like multifaceted now. Like they got 50,000 jobs lined up. She was literally only doing the Wendy Williams show and like other little stuff. And then now, like once the Wendy Williams show left, like that's why she was fighting so hard for it because that's all she had. So now it's like she literally don't have nothing.
It was on air for over 12 years with the
12 years.
Yeah.
And before that, we know she was in radio. What's it called? Lymphoma.
What?
We just said
she was on Hot 97, wasn't she?
In
New York.
Radio for years.
She was on daytime radio at that.
She had a national radio show.
She has no business being on TV right now. She can't even stand. She has feeling in her feet.
You're right. From what
She's
in
a wheelchair half the time.
Have y'all seen her eyes when she talks? She be telling her. She speaks like somebody that has dementia. Like she's very aggressive, and y'all already know Wendy Williams is mean as fuck anyway. But she's mean as hell now because people with dementia are rude, kind of, because they don't remember nothing and they just say whatever.
She got Graves' disease.
The eyes bucking out.
That's why her eyes bucking out. Okay,
she has Graves' disease.
That explains that. Yeah, when she talks, her eyes go like this. Like you should get liposuction.
Damn, they had it right on the head. Damn, do it again.
No, that's exactly how. That's how her eyes do. It's sad, yeah. Like that's no exaggeration. It's terrible. And then they got all the cameras, and you could tell she really, when she's not having a dementia episode, she really is trying to like tell her story. And then she goes into her everyday life, and you can see it go in and out. Yeah, like she's like, we're going to Cali. And I want to be there for like 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. And like, you should get liposuction. I like what your face is doing. But let's go upstairs and finish those clothes. Like, what the fuck just happened in 5 seconds?
One point that I do want to make though is one thing that she has not strayed away from while on this show, and I could tell with her dementia what's going on. She is definitely all about making sure that she is leaving something to her kid, to little Kevin. It was a part in the show where she had stacks of money laying around, and her manager was like, "Why do you have these stacks of money laying around?" But she had been calling her son, and you could tell like she drifts in and out of her right mind because she's like, "I have this money for you." Like she's telling him, her son, she wants him to come get her valuables, jewelry, money, and this is because for one, she has no say over her money. Wells Fargo has not allowed her to get any money. She has this appointed guardian.
Wells Fargo, they some crooks now.
Right. So the money that she has, she does not have access to. So whenever she gets cash, I can see in my mind when she is in her right mind, whenever she gets cash, she's like, I want my sons to know what's going on. Her son is the executive producer also on the show, which is weird to me because what are we doing?
Probably did that for a reason though.
Yeah,
executive producers get credit and they get paid for it.
Here, which is a good thing because somebody needs to inherit what she worked hard for and not let this just be the be out. Kenyatta, I know we did touch on the point where a lot of people saying like maybe this is her karma for all the bad things and stuff that she has done to people. I don't believe that. I don't think that.
She has thrown a lot of shade on her shoulder.
But
I don't.
Yeah.
I just think of what she did to Whitney, and I love Whitney Houston.
Kenyatta always going back 20 years ago to motherfucking.
And because y'all know I hold grudges, and I just felt like she didn't have to do Whitney Houston like that for Whitney to call the radio and clear her. Like,
she cleared those.
You too busy talking about me, and you need to mind your own business. But that was her job, so it's like I get it. You have to do your job, but it's like I be wanting to bring to people's attention that like making a mockery of other people's lives is not always going to be your bread and butter. So you should probably pivot from that at some point. Like it could be a start, but like to keep doing that your entire like her whole career is built off of tearing people down, literally. And it's sad because now you need us to rally around you and love you. So the people that love gossip and that followed her all the time, yeah, they rallying around her. The people that she was dogging, they like, well, it
Well,
is
I
what it
don't think
is.
people are wrong for letting it be known what she's going through in the media in a very raw way. But I
Right.
do think it's just wrong for some of the comments and the critics to say like, that this basically like, this is what she gets. You know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody deserves to go out like that, but I do
Right.
believe in like you reap what you sow and things like that. But if it wasn't Wendy Williams, it would be somebody else. We have the Jason Lees of today. We have the
Hmm.
gossip blogs that do the same thing. And I just think it's unfortunate the way that she going out, but we also have to play a factor into age, drugs, and a lot of things that we don't see behind the scene. People be going through a lot, and if you got a broken heart and the world gotta see it, on top of being broke and losing your empire and losing like your son or your kids and them seeing you going through that, like that's enough to make anybody break down. So I just say
But
prayers.
Whitney Houston went through the same thing.
She did, but
And Wendy dogged her. I'm not Wendy. Wendy dogged her for going through that. And it was
yeah,
like,
no, I feel you, but which is why I say like in the same aspect, I ain't mad at the folks that's doing their job and reporting on Wendy. You know what I'm saying? I
Hey,
just don't think it's fair for us to say like that's what she get.
and you know what,
Right.
bro?
I feel you on that.
For the reality of it is, it's sad that anybody has to go through all of those things. But this is
mhm.
also one of them very reasons that I said on a couple of shows ago. You really got to make sure who you gonna pick to be with, as far as husband, wife, relationship,
That part.
whatever it is really got your back. Because from the story that y'all telling me that her ex-manager, ex-husband, whatever this person is in her life, really don't have her best interest at heart.
You don't.
You know what
It's
I'm
supposed
saying?
to be till death do us part. But when money is involved, money clouds people's judgment. They will do anything behind it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
will.
It's so sad because I think too that men fuck up because they don't move with taste. I think for one, it's one thing that you got another shorty. All right. You got the shorty pregnant. Okay. Shit happens every day. You know what I'm saying? If you want to keep jumping the hurdle, shit happens every day. You got her pregnant. But you move her a couple
Three
houses,
doors down.
couple houses down in our community.
She got to be close, man.
Hey, he just trying to keep the family together.
There you go, man.
Man, no, that's foul. That's what I'm saying. I was like, it's just no tact, no tact.
Look, he was
Even
really
back in
finna
the
buy a
day-
bigger mansion, but he say nah.
Even back in the day, the family used to be across town. You know, take that hoe to the other side of Atlanta, LA, New York, whatever
But now
y'all
he
at.
got to travel further.
That's on him. He should never did that shit. He should never had a baby. Now you gotta do the miles.
Hey, listen.
That's up to you.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Okay, play silly games, you get silly ass prizes.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But
On another, we hope that Wendy Williams gets through what she's going through, because it's sad to see somebody's life dragged out through the media like that. Biography or not, I don't think I would want my life dragged out through the media like that. I don't care how famous I was. Like, let me be. Yeah, exactly, bro.
Let me be. Let me be.
But when you're famous, that's literally what you sign up for, unless you're Beyonce.
Hey,
or
man,
Rihanna. Like, you have to, when you become famous, you'd rather be rich than famous. I'd rather be rich than famous. Like, because
I'm days every day.
This month.
But every day,
We
like,
already famous.
You can't be like who's always in the media. Like, I don't want to be like the Carishas of the world. I want to be like the Beyonce of the world. I don't want people to know shit about me.
Right,
like,
I want to take that. If that's the term y'all want to
take. Hey, listen.
A new lawsuit alert has came in the motherfucker.
Listen. We're not gonna talk about the Diddy situation just yet.
Yes, we are. Let's get into it. Next up is social media. Diddy is on the chopping block yet again.
Golly, man.
He's on the chopping block yet again. Poor Diddy. Not really, because this time, baby, they got receipts. The book is a book. He's going to jail.
Hey, y'all
going to jail now.
Oh, he going to jail. I actually sat there and read it because it was so detailed with names and specific dates and times and pictures.
If y'all think
Pictures.
what's crazy is Cassie set the tone, baby.
She
Because they
she did
they
it.
hard. They y'all, I be thinking that a lot of this is like frivolous lawsuits, but when people can
Mm-mm.
correspond dates and time, and when there has to be trigger warnings on a lawsuit because there's graphic
Yeah, that's
photos,
crazy, bro.
and
Yeah.
there's video of interactions and sexual activities and things of that nature.
His ass
Even
deserve that shit. His ass deserve every goddamn thing he getting right now.
He, oh baby, they
He
finna,
deserve that
ooh,
shit.
baby,
Hey,
they
real
finna
talk.
take that man to the bank.
Hey,
the
They
I'm
other,
finna,
saying.
and
tagline is
They finna put him
uh,
R. Kelly in the same
his
it's
spot.
a
his his son
tagline.
Justin, his
Don't
son
drop your soap.
Justin,
Don't drop
and
your
his
soap. Don't drop
son
your soap.
Christian are included as defendants in
Yes,
that lawsuit.
his son.
Like
Nah.
It's
it's
his son. It's Love Records. It's Motown Records. It's
It's IMG, which is the distribution company. It's because
everything.
he's suing for not being paid like $29,000 for doing Diddy's last album, right?
Yeah.
But in this lawsuit, he's detailing like that he was sexually assaulted, he was
Dang.
drugged, and, and all of the other things that he saw and witnessed, he put in this lawsuit because he's now also suing for the sexual assault as well as the wages that he didn't get. So y'all can't tell me these are lies. Like it's so detailed. Cassie, not that I felt like it was a lie, but it was like she had details, but she dropped it off and it was like, okay, now he's suspicious. This dude came through with every single accusation had a picture connected to it almost. Like
But you know what though, Keanu?
it was wild.
Everybody that fuck with Diddy though come up missing or halfway dead or some shit.
But
Think
see,
about everybody that
he
try
Hold
can't
on.
to.
take everybody out this time.
Hold on, y'all. Let me tell you. I say this all the time. Do y'all know Uptown Records started with who? Sean Combs, Heavy
Hmm.
D, Andre Harrell, Al B. Shore, and Kim Porter.
And who
She
left?
was the assistant. Who the one?
Only person
Who?
that's left is Diddy,
And Al B. Shore almost died a couple
and he
years ago.
almost died. But see, that's the thing, isolated incidents. But if you got this big of a scandal going on and everybody slowly but surely comes up missing, he can't take it's the thing was so long, y'all. It wasn't like 10 pages like Cassie's. It was 50 pages of nothing but this date this happened. This is when this happened. His sons was drugging young underage girls. His sons was doing this. He was doing that. They drugged me. They did this. This is a picture from when we were here. This is a picture from when I was here. It
And
if
it's
they let him
all
go, I know that
alleged.
the justice system is rigged.
It's all alleged,
They ain't
but
let Kelly go.
there's definitely proof in the lawsuit. I was just letting Jordan here to break down the
Hmm.
lawsuit before we got on. It's definitely proof in the lawsuit, and it shows grooming because not one is only Diddy allegedly doing these things. It shows that now his son is following the same footsteps, and you're almost in a way showing him the ropes on how to continue to
Both
do
of
these.
them. Both of
Hey,
them. Justin and Christian.
Hey,
Mhm.
Cook kind of got room
So
for his ass though.
Young Miami name was in the
young,
lawsuit too.
yes, it was. Carisha's cousin sexually assaulted this man.
golly.
We
Damn,
got
boy.
these
So y'all
pigs.
see, she been quiet. So I'm sure she got
Hey, it was
a
a
good old
poster
serve.
Young Miami put on a private island with Diddy, and it was pretty funny because it was
It
like
was
fake.
giving Harvey West. Yeah, like she was on the island.
The
Yeah,
video.
it's Jeffrey Epstein. That's who you think about.
Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, it's giving. She's what's that lady that went down for him?
Maxine
Maxie,
Giselle.
Maxine
Giselle Max,
Giselle.
something like that. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
y'all noticed that like JT, so I think people kept wondering why like JT kind of was separating herself from Carisha. And
Mm.
they kept trying to say like, oh, she separated herself because she knew what was going to go down. I'm like, y'all forget JT is with Lil Uzi Vert. She over there getting verbally abused
That bitch
on
said
a
I turned
regular.
a trick into my husband, and he posted he turned a hoe into a housewife. I'm dead, but y'all
Like,
seen
come
that?
on now. Like, it's
No.
just stupidity at this point. Like, I don't know,
They're
but y'all want to know is
I just think they give like little kid relationship like high school shit. Like she be like, my favorite line of JT is when she said a hood bitch dressed like a weirdo. And I'm like, that's exactly why you're with Uzi because y'all both is like it's giving like immature
But
But
Uzi is so. Y'all remember that live that he went on with Carisha and he was cussing her out and told JT to shut up? I said, you
No.
let this little 2 foot man. He was on live and it
he's
was
a
him
real
and
man.
Carisha and they got into it.
That's
And
the
he told her, like, Carisha, don't do that because you know how I get. You know how I get. She's like, okay, Uzi, like, we're not gonna do this on live. He's like, you're right. We're not gonna do this on live. And JT was like, yeah, because you're doing too much. She said, JT, shut up, JT. I'm who the hell you talking to?
y'all think little man ain't got his shit in
Short
check at
stuff?
home.
Yeah,
That's
she
what's
should have
going
cracked his
on.
ass. I ain't gonna lie. Who you talking to? Short stuff. We the same height.
That's funny.
Y'all think he ain't got his shit in check at home. She said that man be
Oh, he
handling
wears the pants and the skirt.
Hey,
Damn.
it's silly for that.
Damn.
Man.
Damn.
my girl.
Just saying.
Listen, we gonna touch back on this Diddy thing next episode
We get
because
wrapped
I am very shook. I've been exposed to a lot of this, and I gotta do a little more research. Can y'all just said that Lil Uzi Vert wear the pants and the skirt, and I'm
Cause y'all know he wears skirts and stuff. He's a
I know
weirdo.
exactly what you're talking about, which is why
It's
I
called a
think.
kilt.
But don't get it
That's
twisted
a
because he'll
fucking
go
skirt.
upside her head.
I mean, listen, he may talk to a shorty like that, but I don't know how he talking to a dude, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
Facts.
hey, so I got a video to play of the Cam Newton drama. A lot of y'all haven't heard, but Cam Newton had a camp, I believe, in Atlanta, and he got into it with the coaches of the camp, which I also think were some of the parents of the kids there. I'm not 100% sure on the story, but I want to just show y'all this video. So hold on.
Hey, watch out. Come on, bro. Hey, watch out.
You can't
Can
miss
we
it.
replay it?
Yeah. We can replay it. Hold
Run it
on.
back. Make sure y'all pay attention to the beginning.
Hey, watch out. Come on, bro.
He was handling it.
Hey, watch out.
Boy,
Handling
boy.
it. He had one dude by the shirt and the other dude in a chokehold.
For those of you who don't know, Cam Newton is an ex-NFL quarterback, approximately, I think, 6'5", 250 pounds, in great peak physical condition. So I don't know why them folks even tried that man like that.
Why did y'all even play with that man?
Yeah,
Got dragged.
but-
You and your friend.
Yeah, that was crazy. He was really handling them boys. I seen the snippet of the show from Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco's like little after show. So go check it out. It was pretty funny what they was talking about.
They didn't drag that man.
He
But no,
dragged
the crazy thing is, bro, it's insane when you try to do something for the community, try to give back, try to help folks out, try to give them a way to put their kids in some activities, and then it turned out into being violent. Like, bro, come on, man.
But that's because adults don't know how to control themselves anymore. Before, I feel like it was always a one-off or random thing that adults would be fighting out in public, and now it's become so common. So people don't feel like it's on site, but it's like this not the time or place for that. So as men, y'all could have handled that somewhere else.
Yeah, facts.
That's how I feel. Because what are y'all supposed to be mentoring these boys, and now y'all just showed them that y'all gonna get, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not it, bro. Yo, at any rate, bro, I don't understand why they would have thought that they could do that, and that man wasn't gonna start handling people, bro. Like again,
he's used to dragging people down football field. Why would you ever think you ain't gonna get?
A lot of motherfuckers think because you're famous, man, that you ain't gonna goddamn react. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that's a man.
Child, they knew who they was dealing with. They just thought they could jump his ass, and they got drugged.
What people be thinking is that these celebrities is too high above, and that they want to be. Oh, you ain't in the field no more, nigga. These hands
still work,
bro.
Okay.
All right, hey, nah, for real, bro. when you think about some of the legends of football, Cam Newton.
I really didn't know him at first, but I'm sure he's great.
Cam Newton.
He's the most hilarious football player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I watched his podcast. I didn't know
You should
about
check out his
him.
podcast too. He got a good podcast.
Cam Newton,
Okay.
The Fridge, OJ Simpson, Shannon Sharp. When you think of really some of the greatest, them boys still got it.
They still got it. I'll never play. First of all, OJ looked like he still could punch on folks.
Real. Hey, look at Shannon. Shannon was finna get Mike up ass.
Shannon looked like he go.
Come on now.
Modia's sister. Hey.
I mean, we talking about these folks in peak physical condition, bro. Like,
yeah, don't play with people.
Man, like
Just
that.
because they're celebrities, I mean you could.
You can try them. Come on.
Not even celebrities. These are full-blown professional athletes. It don't matter if they sat down for 20 years. They can still whoop on you.
Yeah.
Just relax.
They a celebrity. This a grown man.
Grown man.
You feel me? Go to the gym every day.
They ain't got shit to lose. They ain't got no NFL contract to lose no more. So it's whatever. That was sad.
But yeah, bro, we gotta do a better job at raising these kids, man. And I think this is gonna segue into our next topic, bro, because there's no way that this should be violence like that at a kid's football camp, especially if it's on the part of the adults that are supposed to also be there coaching. I don't know the full backstory, bro, but if the adults got into it with him, and mind you, Cam be coming off slick. I ain't finna say he don't, because he do be coming off slick talking to people sometimes. But yo, sometimes you just gotta chill, bro, especially if somebody who is famous is providing an opportunity, because we talk shit all day about people don't get back and they don't do this and their community is desolate.
That's why.
This is why.
That's why.
Come on now.
It does segue into our next topic of work, because these weren't kids. These wasn't kids that he was fighting, was it? These were adults.
It looked like they had to be their parents or something. He was dragging their ass though.
Yeah, he was dragging them. But it's still about like what you show, like Jordan said, like what you allow your kids to see. But they didn't allow their kids to see that. But it was still the idea of like you are supposed to be a role model to these kids and you provided them with an opportunity. So why would you turn that opportunity into violence? Because now they're looking like my coach is fighting this celebrity, this football player that I want to be. This is a part of the game, and it's like it don't have to be.
Let me stop y'all real quick. We got a couple of comments we didn't read. So the first one we got says Big Yada, Dante in the building. Then Brittany said that part. I don't know which one she was talking about, but
Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, the Wendy Williams joint. Shanae Smith said exactly. I think we was talking about the Wendy Williams piece again, bro. Yeah, man. If you don't got solid people in your life, bro, you can't end up going down the drain. We got another comment that says this happens often. This happens way too often in youth football. You know what that tells me, bro? That tells me that these parents got real bad temperaments. Yeah. And that's why these kids have real bad temperaments, bro.
Yep.
Because like if this resulted from some, you're not finna talk to my son like that. That's
why he playing the sport? Why he playing in the sport? Because
as y'all coach,
like,
if you don't trust me enough to coach them, why they here?
Y'all can leave.
Why they here? Yeah.
Because really, especially in like football coach, I don't have a son or nothing, but from my understanding, it's more than just a game. Like it's discipline and structure, it's mentorship. So if this is not people that you trust to give those type of
trust to,
you know,
you gotta put trust in them to do what they are hired to do with your kid. And that might look a little bit more rough because like we was talking about, and we're gonna lead into that topic, parents lack structure in the household, like completely no structure whatsoever with these new generations that's popping up and that's going into school.
We got another comment. Parents living through kids way too emotional. And it is a lot of parents living vicariously through their kids, and it's an extreme amount of emotion involved. So we're gonna touch on that kind of in our next topic, man. This was a heated conversation that me and Kiara kind of ended up having after the rest of the team had jumped off. And I know a lot of y'all probably watching saw my Facebook post. You know, how you gonna feed your kids sugar and junk food all day and then expect them to want to sit down? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Um,
We
we
actually
gotta be.
agreed on this though. We weren't arguing, y'all. We actually
Yeah,
agreed
me
this
and
time.
Yeah.
Kenyatta used to snap on each other a lot, and I'm glad that she don't snap on me as much as she used to, bro.
It's all because of
Yeah.
me.
It used to be everything.
Cuba
Yeah,
brings balance.
listen. I didn't even know that it did that. That's
I don't
Me
know
funny.
why
either.
it didn't do it for me, but it
Um,
was really like Jordan made a post about kids just being like doped up off sugar, and I'm like, yeah, they doped up off like red dye 40. Most people don't know what that is, but red dye 40 is like Doritos, hot chips, all that type of stuff, right?
Takis,
Takis,
Kool-Aid,
and it's
you
because
name it.
we talked about like what you just said earlier that parents are living vicariously through their kids, right? And it's so funny you said that because when you think about discipline and how we didn't like discipline, we felt like our parents was too hard on us, and we said we never doing that with our kids. Like we gonna give our kids this and this and this, and I'm gonna trust my kids, and I'm gonna let them drink whatever they want to drink and have whatever snacks they want to have. Then when you become a parent for real and you become wiser and more mature, you realize why our parents did certain things or did not allow certain things. Now,
Exactly.
my mom has been a teacher for how old are we? How old am I?
29. You'll be
25.
29 this year.
First of all, no, I won't. Don't lie to these people.
How old you gonna be this year?
21.
Girl, bye.
Okay, bye.
And just keep going.
Anyway,
Hey,
my mom has been a teacher for almost 20 years. So she taught fifth through eighth grade. And she said the last 3 years has been the toughest years of teaching. And it's not because of the pandemic, like everybody want to blame it on. It's because the parents are caring less and less. And my mom is a very compassionate and passionate teacher. So it's hard to be passionate when it's not that you have to be compassionate to two or three kids. You have to be compassionate to this whole classroom and not even focus on your lesson plans. You have to focus on getting the kids to stop vaping, getting the kids to stop fighting, getting the kids to stop being on their phones, getting the kids to actually do their homework so they can actually get a grade or like get the parents involved because the parents literally don't know what their kids doing, where their kids at. When we was in high school, I feel like we had one-off people that we knew didn't come to school on a regular. Like, hey, so and
skip
so
my
ain't never in
ed
class.
classes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't did that.
I've skipped classes too, but like we made the grade still.
Yeah.
These kids are flat out like literally not coming to school, like truancy to the point where the parents are like almost getting arrested. And it's not one or two kids or three kids. It's literally like a bunch of them. And when you call the parents, they're like, well, I went to work. So I thought they got on the bus. Like, why are you not making sure that it's so much technology now that you can keep track of your kid? There's no excuse. You could call your kid a fucking Uber. You could do anything these days. But the parents are just like, I don't understand. And
Hey, listen. It
They're doing this.
it oh go ahead,
No,
DJ.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
man. No, I'm just gonna say,
What I
man.
told King, oh go ahead. Nah,
No,
you
go
got
ahead, man. Go ahead. Now you
got it.
good.
Oh
Go
my
ahead. Go
God,
ahead.
somebody go ahead.
What I told Kenyatta was we lack a village nowadays, man. It used to be the point where like Kenyatta mom's a teacher, bro. So she know all the teachers. So if Kenyatta acting a fool in class, she's gonna find out. And that used to be the same thing. Like parents used to be able to call home teachers used to be able to call home to the parents and say, hey, little Johnny cutting up in class. And little Johnny got an ass whooping before 3 o'clock. You
yeah,
feel
little
me?
Johnny got an ass whooping in the school bathroom.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. Little Johnny got
But
an ass whooping in
now,
front of his class.
But
but
Now
now
it's like,
it's nothing like that. It's
yeah,
nothing like
exactly.
that. It's
But a lot of the parents, man, out here having kids, and they still feel like they haven't had their fun time because they had kids at a young age, so
You
they
gotta
really
get some
not
more.
into it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I was one of those parents that like didn't believe in structure because I used to feel like, bro, who wants to have to worry about doing all of this shit before 7 or 8 o'clock? Like if it happened, it happened. If it don't, it don't. If it don't go to bed at 8, and he just didn't go to bed at 8 until he started school and it was a serious problem. And I was like, oh shit. Like I had that light bulb, like I fucked up. Like I should have been having bedtimes. I should have been having like set things for him to do so he can do better. But Most parents never had that realization. I've never seen where like I know we did shit like we smoked in high schools, not a secret, but
Shoot.
it was like a group of kids that was just super rebellious and would smoke in school. We would at
Wait,
least leave school to go smoke.
yeah, or before school.
Yeah.
Or before school or after school, whatever. But it wasn't that important for us to risk getting kicked out, risk graduation, risk whatever. So we would do it when we couldn't get caught type shit. These
Hey,
kids
shout
are
out to
literally smoking
my
in
folks that
school.
used to smoke with me before school and then pick me up during school. And yeah, I ain't gonna drop no names, but you know who he is, man.
But we can't get dating. Can't nobody whoop our ass now. We
Yeah,
graduated.
man,
So.
listen, bro. When me, Jalen, Devin,
Not you name dropping.
look, Jazz,
Yeah.
our
Dang.
names, I don't care.
He would take the bottle.
Yeah,
Hey,
hey,
listen, our
stop
take
names,
it.
the
bro.
Julio.
Those was good times, bro, man. Those was
Yeah.
definitely good times. But we did have that respect at least enough to lie to our parents and be like, nah, that was my friend smoking. I don't know why I smell like weed. You feel
Blame it
me?
on Troy.
I was
And it
around
wasn't and I feel like we just had a little bit more smarts. Now that everything that the kids have access to, they feel untouchable. Like, oh, I could do this, or I could do that. My parents ain't never gonna know because the parents don't be paying attention. In this day and age, if my kid got social media, I guarantee you, I got burner accounts to watch all that shit. They
Oh
never
man,
gonna know. Yeah, they never gonna know I'm on their page because
that's crazy. I
normally.
never thought about that, man.
the burner account.
Um,
Listen, you
Burner.
gonna people, women are smart because we do that shit to spy on niggas. I'm gonna use it to spy on my kid because I don't need you to know that I'm spying on you. So no, I'm not gonna add you on my regular page. Like you have your freedom. So you think I got a burner account that looks like Jessica 959 and she got 50,000 followers that it really not shit. I don't know. I just added
Hey,
a bunch of people
we
to add you
need
back.
these burner accounts. We need to set them up by tonight, man. I need
For
For
real.
real,
real.
you gotta watch your kids. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Twitter is crazy. I be seeing young kids on Twitter with how crazy and free Twitter is. Like Facebook is a lot more strict because they don't allow a lot of stuff. Now they allowing a little bit of stuff, but they wasn't allowing a lot of stuff before. Twitter is free range turkey.
Yeah, but Facebook slick turning into a porn website
It
now.
is. I've been seeing a lot of stuff lately. I
Yeah,
don't know what's going on.
uh,
we drifted further and further away from God's grace every day.
one thing I do want to say is that as far as schooling and parents, times has changed. Period.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
remember when I went to school, it was after school tutoring. I had
Hmm.
cheerleading practice. It was so much to do at school, after school, before having to go to an aftercare, before having to go to a grandparent's house, and school was really a thing. Like our city put money into school events. Our city put money into making sure our kids had things to do. Our city put money into making sure that the parents was backed in ways that I don't feel like that they're back now. One of the things that we got like Boys and Girls Club.
Hmm.
Maybe some kids go to the Y. And I'm just speaking for
Yeah,
Gary. Maybe some kids go to the Y, but it's nothing for these kids to do, and it's like these parents have to work, especially in this economy. So when you may or may not have a village, and you might have more than one child, you know what I'm saying? You got the oldest, and you think they can look after whatever. But what about that parent that only has one child and they kind of in that in between age where they can't really stay home by themselves? But I don't get off of work to this time, stuff like that. I know that it could be a challenge, but I think that if parents start putting themselves forward, and I think like what you do with Mommies Are Magic, I think that's like such a powerful group because people are able to like get their stuff off their chest and get advice from each other and seek other people's opinion and advice on which way to go, especially mothers. And that's mothers of girls and boys. And what you brought up today made me want to think about one of the posts that you put in there earlier, that we both had commented on about all these different like lists of things that our parents used to do that we thought like was like crazy. It might be crazy, you know what I'm saying? But when I looked at the list and it said stuff like not being able to go in your parents' room, it's a big deal when you're missing a bus. If you don't eat without
If you don't eat what I cook, you gonna starve.
you're going to bed hungry.
It was like unserious. It was unserious generational curses that this girl made a post in that she was gonna break them. And when I went down the list, I literally had a question for each one because my mom actually, y'all know my mama called me and asked me about that post. She tried to explain herself, and I was like, "Bro, you definitely told me if I ain't eat what you want me to eat, I was gonna starve."
They
But
did
I,
say that.
yeah, but
and what's
I told
go ahead, sorry.
sorry, no, I told her that the perspective that I was coming from wasn't that because she went into the whole like back then it was some families that literally could not afford to cook multiple meals or buy multiple meals. Totally understand that. But what we make the mistake of as parents or mothers or even fathers is not telling your kids the truth and being more authoritative and rude and mean to your kids instead of telling them the truth. If you tell your child, I cannot afford to do that, a child is going to literally hear you say that. And if somebody asks them, like, why don't you have that or why didn't you do that? My parents could not afford it.
Because we
If
broke.
you tell you, yeah, because we broke. Like, and you can't be, but parents be ashamed to tell their kids that, or they be
Right.
like, that's not kids' business. Yes, it is their business at the end of the day because
Because we broke.
the fact that we don't treat kids like they human beings with regular like nervous systems and taste buds and emotions and feelings and thoughts and opinions is wild to me. And you bought him a blue sweatshirt. You had money to buy the red one. It was the same price. Because he liked the red one, you gonna tell him he can't have that because you wanted him to get the blue one. He has an opinion. And it don't make sense to me why you wouldn't get the red one if that was his favorite color. It's just a dictator mindset to me. Kids
You
are
know,
not pawns. They have brains.
I talked to when my not my youngest, my oldest daughter asked me questions. I talked to her just like I would talk to y'all.
A
Like,
regular person. They're regular people.
yeah,
Y'all talked to Aiden before. Y'all heard him talk. And people be like, Aiden is so intelligent. Like he talks like he's like 13. We never did baby talk with him. I've talked to Aiden like a regular human his entire
yeah.
life. His vocabulary is extensive because he never had baby talk. He understands a lot of stuff. But when I tell him no, like he want Culver's every day. Aiden, it ain't in the budget, baby. He'd be like, okay, I'll just take chicken strips.
It ain't even good for you every day, baby.
Right.
It's not. And I just be like, we're not eating Culver's every day. We're gonna have a home cooked meal today. He'd be like, okay, can I help you cook it? But if I be like, no, you're not eating that, you're gonna eat what the fuck I cooked. He gonna be like, but I don't like hamburgers. So what am I
And
so
I
I
think
was
that's some stuff like that to me also is it's household to household basis because I will say that I never was told like if you don't eat what I cook then you're gonna go hungry. But I'm also not a picky child because I never really went against what was put on the table. Like
right.
I was taught to try it before I was taught to dislike or say what I didn't want. I was taught to
Right.
try it first. So my
Hmm.
thing is that when we got these kids and we are cooking stuff and they said, well, I don't like that, I'm gonna need you to try these green beans about 2, 3, 4, 6 times before we say what we don't like because I mean realistically most kids don't like vegetables. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm gonna need you to try a couple times today. We're going to eat them all. Let's see how your tummy feels. Whatever you got to do to finesse the situation. But I do think, like I said in my response to the post, some of the things that our parents did, I don't agree with. But being a parent now, looking back, kind of like what you said, hindsight is always 2020. A lot of things was done not out of fairness, but out of structure, like we're talking about,
Hmm.
because the world is not gonna be fair. And if your kid get their first dose of unfairness when they outside your household, it's gonna be like a major
They're
culture
gonna be
shock.
crushed. Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be hell for them. So sometimes I understand a parent thinking like, or even acting on feeling like, you know what, sometimes just because you want this doesn't mean you can have it. And just
You can
because
have
you
it.
have it and it's available to you, don't mean you can have it because that's not how the real world works. One
I
of the
will
numbers,
say,
go
hold on,
ahead.
wait. I want to piggyback off of that thought before I lose it. I will say too, is that if people would set their kids up the same way with expectations on how they would have to be as an adult, you go to work, you earn a paycheck, you can get what you would like, right?
Right.
That's kind of how I set Aiden up. You go to school, school is your job. If you do your job, you can earn whatever it is that you would like at the end of the week, which is usually V-Bucks or some shit like that. But you also have to do these other things. People don't set their kids up like people the whole remember how like we couldn't go in the pantry or the refrigerator, but we didn't really have a reason on why. I used to be like, why I can't go in the refrigerator? Why I gotta ask to get water? But in hindsight, as I'm an adult and a parent, ask for certain things because when you go somewhere else, you have to ask.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to just go in somebody's refrigerator or go
Yeah.
somewhere and just grab something. You need to be able to ask somebody for it while you're still a child.
To your
So
point,
it's
Ken,
yeah.
I teach my daughter please and thank yous all the time
Hmm.
because nobody has to help you with anything. So you should
Right.
always be appreciative that somebody is willing to help you with anything, you know, if you need something or whatever the case may be. Um, I want to touch on one more thing on this topic before we move on because we are at an hour. But
Hmm.
on the Facebook post that I made, um, you know, Brooke commented on it. For those of you who don't know, Brooke is a teacher in Houston, Texas, I believe. She's
Yep.
either in Dallas or Houston. So this isn't a problem that's just locally focused in the Gary area or the Cincinnati area or wherever we're shooting from. This is all over the country. So Brooke was telling us on that Facebook post that, you know, it's getting difficult to teach classes because these kids want to listen to, you know, and again, this ain't to attack the shorties, but these kids want to listen to Ski Yee and what's the other one? What's the Pound Town? These kids
Downtown.
want, yeah, these kids are acting as adults, but they're inheriting all the like worst character traits of adults. And when you're the educational system is already designed to make your kid like just a student, like just a follower, just a worker, and you compound that by not even having them be respectful to the teacher to want to learn the basics. Like these are the basics. This is math, reading, arithmetic, cursive, research. Like these are the basics. These aren't even like the extra hard things that you may have to do when you go to post-secondary school or you go to college or you go into a trade. These are the basics, and kids don't even want to sit down and learn these things. A comment that Brooke made on the post, she said, I don't know how much longer I could do this. And that's
Yep.
how a lot of teachers feel, bro. They underpaid, overworked, and there's no respect for their field.
Because the teacher, the parents have put the responsibility of the teachers
To raise them, to
is
raise the
to
kids.
raise their kids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I made a TikTok about this last week or 2 weeks ago because there was a teacher, y'all know the teachers be doing TikToks. And the teacher was just like, y'all kids is behind. And this is really the topic we were going to talk about. The kids are behind in reading, like 3 grades, 4 grades behind, whatever the heck, right?
And they're trying to blame it on COVID.
They're trying to blame it on COVID or blame it on the teachers not doing their job. Well, you have my kid for 8 hours a day. No, they don't. Your kid does not have one subject for 8 hours a day and it sure as hell ain't reading. Your kid has to read in every single class, yes. But the job of the teacher is to teach that grade level curriculum, not do remedial teaching. If your child needs remedial teaching, they need a tutor. They need to go to after school programs. They need to seek additional help outside of regular school. Or here's a bright ass idea. Tell your the when they suggest that your kid needs to be held back, don't get offended and embarrassed that your child is not where they need to be and make them redo that grade over for the betterment of them.
The child,
Because
yeah.
what's gonna happen is your child gonna continue to go ahead. Y'all remember that lady from Texas that she didn't know her son only had 3 credits for all 4 years of high school?
Yeah.
How,
How
as
many?
a parent,
Hold on. How many
he had
credits?
3 credits. I might be exaggerating, but
All
he
right.
literally didn't even have even close to enough to walk. And because of No Child Left Behind, and I always say that law, but I'm pretty sure it's probably another law that does not allow schools to hold children back anymore, like without the parents' permission. They continue to move you on whether you passed it or not. You could get all Fs, and they're still gonna pass you on to the next grade.
But that's not good to
So
the kid. That's not good to the
it's
kid. But now,
not.
now you're
That's
creating
crazy.
when they get out into this real world that
But
we
that's
got dummies
because
out here. You know, we got
they
dummies.
were
You know, come on.
so what my mom had told me was like that they basically were supposed to equip the teachers and equip the schools with all of this additional remedial help. So that way a kid wouldn't have to be held behind, like summer school and all of that stuff. There's so many avenues for your kid to get caught up. The parents are not taking advantage of it. So like to what Kiva said earlier, when we were growing up, we had all of these resources because Maryville had the same thing. We had all these clubs. We had after school programs. We had tutors. We had our academic advisors that literally would assign us a tutor if you were failing the class. The parents are not taking advantage, so the resources go away. At some point, you have to take accountability. Your child is your responsibility until they leave your home, and even further after. You'll carry your responsibility till you die. I don't care how old your kids are. They are your responsibility. You brought them into this world. Whatever they become is actually a reflection of you. Your kid
Hey,
can't read and they in the sixth grade.
yeah, man. We
Crazy.
I want to make a last comment. Then I got a question for D.
Before you make your last comment, I want to chime in. I was a special ed teacher on an emergency teaching license for 3 years. Um and it's unfortunate that a lot of kids are in a situation where they get put behind, or circumstances or whatever. But one thing I've also come across is that there's so many like social um determinants of not only health but education that put our kids behind, that it's just, for lack of better words, it's fucked up. And a
Very
lot of,
fucked up.
as children, as adolescents, we cannot help what situations we born into. And
Hmm.
sometimes just being born to like a family that doesn't care and that lacks resources, or lacks the intelligence. Some people are literally born to parents who lack the intelligence to put them forward because they wasn't given so I think that whole village culture that we spoke of, it needs to come back with not only educating these kids but helping these parents get the tools that they need to be better parents, and to have the better skills to carry these kids along. Because that's where it's gonna start at. I just
But
want
these
to add.
parents too don't also like. I know my mom will like reach out to parents, and I hate using my mama as an example, but shit, yeah,
Hey,
I gotta use it.
hold on, Kenyatta, because we had an hour 10 minutes. My last comment I want to make on this subject is that a lot of people don't know that they build prisons. They base prison populations off of third grade reading scores, and because minority individuals do so poor after third grade reading abilities, they can go ahead and gauge how many people they're going to be able to fill a prison with because
Just do the
reading is
prison
fundamental.
pipeline.
Damn.
It's a real thing, bro. Look it up. I encourage any of you to do some research about it, but it's a real thing. So by the third grade, if your kid ain't got it together, if they can't spell basic words, if they can't read basic words, then more than likely they're going to be a delinquent to society. I'm not saying that's a guarantee, but more than likely that's what the prison system plans on. D, my question to you on a lighter note, I saw that you had a daddy-daughter dance,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know you had a daughter, and I don't really think you do.
His
But just
goddaughter.
Yeah.
a
That's
goddaughter.
yeah, that was my
A
goddaughter,
little
man.
bit about that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
On a lighter note.
hey, the Cincinnati Herald, man. Shout out to them, man. It's a lot of fathers came out, man, and did their thing, man. When I say, man, this place was a convention center, kind of like we went to the Moments of Magic.
Hmm.
Imagine another room open, man. Fathers came out, did
Oh,
their thing, man. It's very huge, man. Had a great time out there with other fathers, man. The kids had a good time, and it wasn't only kids 6 and 10. We had fathers out there, man. Had they 18, 19-year old daughters out there, man. So it was a big thing, man. I kind of want to steal that, man, and try to let us do something like it, you know what I'm saying, man. But that was a big event, and I did enjoy it.
we can definitely do something like that. Representation matters. It really does. And to see all of those dads out there with their daughters, like I know that just shows love in the community and shows togetherness. Fathers standing up in the community is very much so needed. So I
Hey,
love
hey,
seeing
D,
stuff like that.
I got a clip from the dance that was going down when you was there. If you want me to play it, I'll play it. If you want
Go
me to
ahead,
play it,
go
I'll
ahead and play it. Go ahead and play it.
Hey, hold on, man. I got a clip I want to play to y'all, man. This is the father-daughter dance that D was at last week. Yeah, last week or this week?
It was last week, last Saturday.
Last week, man. So I'm gonna play the clip. We got one more topic to talk about that I really wanted to talk about. And they're coming
It's Gary again.
You got muted. You got muted. Unmute yourself.
Oh, he's trying to play the clip. That's probably why he mute.
Can't hear you. You're talking, but we can't hear you.
You muted, sir.
You're talking, but we can't hear you.
Hey, we
Can't hear
start.
you. Now he left and then coming back.
Now he just left out.
But that's a beautiful thing. Still can't hear you.
Yeah, man, it was, man. I was shocked to see the fathers that came out, man. It was big, man.
Yeah.
I was
I've
very
been seeing
proud.
those a lot around different cities lately. Like I know they do one in Northwest Indiana, they do one in Indy a couple times a year. It's really awesome. Like dads have to support their daughters, and I think that's beautiful that they're showing them like, hey, let's get dressed up, let's have a good evening, and it's awesome that the community is putting that on. So I hope they continue to do those and we see more of those coming out or coming around. I want to do, they have some for sons and mothers, but
Moses,
my
yeah,
son
yeah.
ain't going, yeah, my son ain't gonna want to go to nothing like that. He's so boring.
Yeah, but I just, man, it was something positive, man. A lot of
Yeah.
fathers were showing their daughters how men should treat them. We pulled up, we got fathers opening doors for their daughters, letting them, man. It was a very nice moment, man. Cincinnati Harry, y'all did y'all thing.
Absolutely. Well, we gonna wrap this show up. Do you want to take us out? Wait, if you, dang, we can't do Jordan still.
Jordan, can you hear us?
He can't. I think he can hear us. It's just we can't hear him. If you would like to chime in or be a guest on the show, you can hit us up on our Facebook page at the D Star Show or the Instagram page at the D Star Show, our TikTok at the D Star Show, or you can send us a listening letter on any of those platforms and via email at what's the email, D?
I don't have the email, but we'll drop it.
I
Message us
think
on
it's
the D Star Show. It's D
at
Star Show.
gmail.com. dstartshow@gmail.com. You can send us listening letters and we will be happy to read them on the show and give feedback. And if y'all enjoyed the live stream, please make sure you share it to all of your friends and family so we can continue doing these shows on our platform. And D, you can finish taking us out.
All right, guys, it's been another episode of the D Star Show, and we are out.
We out.